Hello friends and welcome to Free Shiksha. The board exams are nearing, so I thought why not share some of the important topics that one must consider while revising the course, and I came up with this video especially for you. So let's start straight away by having a look at the syllabus first. So your relations and functions comprises of 10 marks, Algebra 13 marks, Calculus 44, huge section, Vectors in 3-dimensional geometry 17 marks, Linear programming 6 marks, Probability 10 marks. Now I'll take up these courses, these topics one by one, and I'll teach you that what importance you should give while considering these topics in revising. So let's start with the algebra first of all. 13 marks topic, 8 from matrices and 5 from determinants. So what is it that is important in this topic? The topic itself is very easy. The questions are very straightforward. There are not many type of questions which are there. So if even you practice one question of each type, it is good enough to sail you through to grab these 13 marks. One thing you should be wary of is be careful with the calculations, especially in finding the inverse, because there are a lot of steps which are involved and you would not want to goof up here, because these 13 marks is something that you should score, because your competitors will be scoring it in easy way. So pay heed to it. It's a very scoring topic. Let's move on to the next topic, which is vectors in 3-dimensional geometry. 17 marks, huge weightage. Vectors comprises of 6 marks and 3-dimensional geometry 11 marks. The topic is very easy, contains very good weightage as I said. Not many type of questions are there. So even if you practice from NCERT, it is good enough because it contains all type of questions, especially from the 3-dimensional geometry. So if you have good knowledge of all type of questions, you have practiced 1 or 2 from each type, you should be able to grab these 17 marks very easily. Now science students do have an edge here because of the vectors, because vectors is something that they learn in physics also. But there is not a big problem from commerce students perspective, because this is not a very tough topic. So again, very important because it's scoring, because it has weightage and it's very easy. Move on. Calculus 44 marks. Half the paper comprises of calculus questions. Limits, continuity and differentiability 8 marks. You must pay heed to the important formulas, because that is the only thing which makes up this entire 8 marks part. If you have good command over the usage of limits formulas, whether it's tending to infinity or tending to 0, and what makes them equal to 1, all those sort of questions, then you should be able to get these 8 marks very easily. Be careful about the complex composite functions. A function inside another function inside another function. This actually teases students, and it does actually complicate things a bit. But if you have good command over the topic, you should be able to sail through. If you have done good practice in limits, then the entire 8 marks is yours. Application of derivative 10 marks. Typical questions, very easy topic to score. All rules of differentiation you must know here. It should be on your tips. How do you do a multiplication? How do you do the division rule of derivative, the multiplication rule, the addition, subtraction? All those rules should be at your tips. What is the differentiation of sine, cosine, etc. So if you have all the formulas at your tips, then this is a very easy topic. Next is integration, 12 marks. This is slightly gray area because students do find this topic slightly difficult. It does require you to use your brain in the examination hall, but if you have done all the type of questions that could be there from a book like R.D. Sharma, then certainly I can say you have a good command over integration as well, and you should be able to score these 12 marks. But otherwise this remains slightly gray. And application of integral 6 marks, again slightly tougher because integration is involved. But the good part is that it has okay, let's move on to differential equation 8 marks. So standard type of questions are there in differential equations also. Definite integration comes into picture here, but it's not tough. So if you know how to do definite integration, then this topic is not very difficult for you to score. Some standard type of questions are there. You have practiced all those questions, bang, you will be able to get these 8 marks straight away. It doesn't require you to use much brains in the examination hall. Moving on, relations and functions, 10 marks, out of which the relations and functions comprises of 5 marks, which is slightly difficult area because finding domains, range, etc. students do fumble a bit on this side. But the next part of 5 marks, inverse trigonometric functions, is something which is not very difficult. The trigonometry is something that you have been studying in previous classes as well. It's just the inverse trigonometric function which is introduced in 12th class. If you have good understanding of the basic concepts, how do you take inverses in different quadrants, then perhaps you should be able to score these 5 marks very easily. So again, a scoring topic from my side. Now let's sum it up in a nutshell. So key topics from my side: relations and functions, 10 marks, out of which inverse trigonometric function 5 marks is very crucial. Algebra 13 marks, you should be able to grab the entire 13 marks here. Calculus, these 44 marks. These 3 topics which I mentioned here are relatively easier than the integration part. So you should be able to do good practice and score good in these parts. Vectors and 3-dimensional geometry, 17 marks guaranteed if you do even the basic level of preparation. Linear programming 6 marks, there is nothing you have to do here. Very easy topic. Okay, linear programming 6 marks, as I already said. The problems are slightly lengthier, but it just requires you to plot the graphs and find the maximum minimum value, so nothing to worry about. But since it's lengthy, I would advise you to practice it so that you do not do mistakes or you do not commit calculations errors in the examination. Probability 10 marks, it will not be as difficult as it is in the entrance examinations. The concepts do vary. There are many type of questions, Bayes theorem, the conditional probability, etc. But the difficulty level is not great, so you should be able to score these 10 marks also. So again, this is a scoring part. So all the very best, guys. These are some advices that I would want you guys to follow before appearing in the exam. So keep a list of all the topic wise formulas with you, keep revising them, practice one question on each type. This will help you remembering these formulas. Practice lengthy questions, cause there is a chance that if the question is lengthy and it involves a lot of calculation, you might do an error in the examination. So just not think that the question is easy, but it's lengthy and I'll be able to do it in the exam. I would want you guys to do some questions even if they are easy. Do one sample paper each day and analyze your performance, correct your mistakes while you attempt the second sample paper. So rectify all your mistakes that you have committed in the first sample paper that you attempted, and then move on, and this will keep on improving your performance day by day. If you do not analyze your mistakes, then it's completely useless to do a sample paper. So even after you do any sample paper, see that what mistakes you have done, what are your positive areas, what are your negative areas, work on your negative areas, and that's how things will be better for you. So that's it from my side. Thank you so much. I would advise you to visit freeshiksha.co.in. We have a lot of video tutorials on all these topics. Mere half an hour will take you through the entire topic and will help you revise them in just minutes. So I will strongly recommend you visit freeshiksha.co.in. And that's it. All the best for your examinations. Crack it, guys. And that's it from Free Shiksha side. Hope you like it.